play games on here. So I'm hiding all messages just because with how this with how the people on this platform are. So I'm starting this because I have a couple updates I wanted to share with you. So I actually ended up pulling an all nighter last night, which I didn't think I would. But holy crap! After I showered and I went downstairs, there was a moment where I definitely thought I was gonna fall asleep. So because I pulled an all nighter, I was actually like, okay, so I'm gonna do the hunt today because I was thinking about those coins and I was like, I'm getting back into pencil. I'm getting into pencils more. I'm on a pencil kick lately, and I just don't feel as like. I mean, I guess this isn't necessarily a reason why I should hunt coins if I'm not feeling or hunting, but I also just I'm finally getting that pencil deal worked out with that guy, and he wants his $50, and I'm gonna try to see if I can stall him and send him the money once I receive the package, because even though he sent me like a slip that it got shipped out, I'm still nervous that he sent me like an empty box. So I might try to stall him and wait until the package arrives and then send the money. But still, I want to get enough money in the account, and I'm also eager to sliding. I'm also eager to go back to the to my walk up chase. So I think I showed you guys some of the organization changes around here. I did clean my desk up. I know it looks messy now because I was setting up for the hunt, but I did clean it. It looks a lot better. This area still needs work, my bed, and I have to put the freaking bed cover back on. Deal with my clothes. Um, but yeah, so I switched to this thing, and this is basically where I'm just gonna put all my little knickknacks that I don't want to lose, but but I also don't have any immediate use for. It's not the same as this. This is kind of things that I just really don't know what to do with yet. This is kind of things that I know I'm gonna use. So yeah, I brought up that container again. I also organized this area. It looked so messy before. No, not Ronaldo. God, that joke is so stupid. Um, so the reason why I bring all that up is because I don't think I showed you guys that in my last video. Hold on, guys. I'm pouring a drink while I'm saying this. So, um, it's not like an explosion. Don't worry. Um, so, I, so yeah, so I had pulled an all nighter, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the hunt. But by the time I showered and I got downstairs and I sat down there for a bit, it was already noon, and by the time I eventually went up here, and I also had the urge to try to get some of my video files off of this camera because I had uploaded a bunch of the videos on here to my original second channel, and obviously that channel doesn't exist anymore because I talked about Israel. Um, but I still had the SD card, so I wanted to get some of these videos off of there, and I had a real urge to upload them to my second channel. So I was doing that also, and that took up time. And before I knew it, it was almost 2. Oh, and it's past 2. And so at this point, I'm like, if I'm already gonna do the hunt late, I might as well just wait until tomorrow when you know it's a fresh me, if that makes any sense. So I think I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow. Oh my god, I almost spilled that. Besides, going to the chase right now isn't something I need to immediately do. Like, I don't have to go to the. It's not like I have to go to the chase before the end of the week. I can go next Monday or something. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna I'm most likely going to do the hunt tomorrow. As far as grocery shopping, I don't know what's happening. But I'm starting this mainly to tell you guys that, but also because it's only just now like 2:20, and there's still a little decent while before my siblings come home, because my sister has been coming home with my mom lately. So she comes home, like 3/5 of my family have been coming home at the same time basically this week. Oh, someone liked the stream. Thank you, whoever that was. You're the first like on. I mean, that's only my second stream on here, but you're my first like. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have chat hidden because holy cow, I get practically nothing but hate messages on this channel. Like practically nothing but hate messages. It's 99% of my comments are hate comments, and I just know that. So if you're leaving a positive chat message, I appreciate that. I'm apologize that I'm not going to be able to see it because this channel gets 99% hate comments, so I just don't care to look at the chat anymore because it's all comments of course about usually about my physical appearance. I'm not the most fit person in the world, and usually stuff like that. They also love to pick at my beard, neck beard, that type of thing. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't bother me because I'm used to getting that kind of treatment, especially from my family. But still, I just, no reason to read it, especially if I don't care. So, yeah. So I just hid the chat. I don't think the chat's turned off. I think users can still send messages, but I just don't see them. I don't care to see them. I say that as I'm pouring a soda. But, so, yeah. I'm doing it mainly because, as I said, I did have an update, like a live update, and it's also only just now, like, 2, so I had time to talk, and I'm probably going to go downstairs, because I filmed the intro for the video, because I was like, I was doing it, getting all this set up for filming, so it's like, so I thought, why not leave, I'm going to leave my tripod and my lighting setup, I'm going to leave it how it is, including the coins, so that way tomorrow I can just hop in my chair. Which, by the way, I will say that even though the whole freaking chair handle broke off of this other side, if I just push it to a certain extent, the chair basically snaps back into place. So like honestly, I mean, obviously, it's still kind of a nuisance in lots of ways. I mean, the chair is broken, but until it really gets bad, I don't see a need to switch this chair out. And it's like, it also might look super. You might think, oh, like it might look super ugly, a broken chair, um, uh, um, at my desk. But when I'm not using it, I can just push it into a position where it doesn't look ugly. So yeah, I will say, like, one of the things I've been missing, and I suppose, it runs with the game. It's one of those things, like, I'm sure most of the reason is, like, my parents just can't afford it. But it's sad when you, like, slowly get to a point where you can tell your parents aren't doing things anymore that they used to do. Like, and a lot of times it's because they just can't afford to do it anymore. Like, for example, on the weekend, I'd say maybe every other Saturday, maybe every 2 Saturdays, we'd go out to breakfast, and perhaps that was 99% of the reason why I woke up early. But we don't really do that anymore. And the only time we ever go out to lunch as a family is usually if I ask about it. So only because I miss that. I mean, I've always kind of despised being like being the only person in the family. Like, so much of family excursions, I always end up being the one to like get people going, and it's not only depressing, but it's also annoying, because a lot of times other people just, it's not that they don't care, it's just they just don't, they're not putting as much effort in anymore, and so I'm always trying to get people going, trying to get people, to do things like with that what Dad and I were doing. But it does get tiring being the one usually having to do that most of the time. Um, but yeah, I do miss that. I was thinking about that recently. I miss going to breakfast. I miss doing that stuff. Um, it's one of those things where it's like when you have things like it might not even necessarily mean that something in your life that you like to do stopped necessarily because of time going by, but just coincidence. Like so many things that I associate with a better period of my life, I have that association because that other thing that made me happy just it happened to stop, at a certain period in my life. Um, Another thing I'm also missing, other than eating out with the family, and again, I totally understand why mom and dad don't eat out as much. But the other thing I miss is bank boxes because holy cow, like the mixed hunts are fun, but honestly, and the thing is, they've been great too. Like my at the very least last four mixed hunts have had at least one really good find, and mixed hunts have been going on fire lately over the last I don't know couple months or so I'd say. And I love corner hunting. I love doing them. And what I love about the mixed hunts is that you hunt. You're hunting multiple denominations, so it's like you don't really ever get tired of one denomination, unless it's nickels, because sometimes I have excess nickels. But I miss the bank boxes, man, because it's like when they cut me off from penny boxes, I thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to hunt penny boxes anymore, but at least nickel boxes, right? And they even gave me a restriction on nickels for a while, but I was like, I'll be able to get back to it. But they've made it clear that I'm not going to be able to get boxes at this bank anymore. And if you understood my coin situation, it was my only option because obviously I'm still living with my parents. I haven't I haven't learned how to drive yet. Um, Meaning that the only time I could order is if my parents take me to a bank, and even if I, let's say, made the order, picking it up would be a pain because I'd likely have to pick it up during the week, and obviously my parents are in work and stuff, and all the stuff I do is at home, and so um, and so it's like I'm that bank was literally my only source of getting bank boxes. What I've been trying to do now is seeing if banks just have a box of nickels or a box of dimes on hand, because that's worked before, and it actually worked a little earlier this year with that Loomis nickel box that I got that had the silver nickel ender, that I got at the Federal Way branch. That it actually worked that one time, but since then it hasn't worked. But that's pretty much my best bet is just getting boxes at the bank. So yeah, see, this is the life you lead being fat. I don't use I don't use the term plus size. I can't stand that term plus size. I don't know, it pisses me off. But this is the world you live in, being fat. I still use that in quotation marks. Is clothes cover a multitude of sins. I mean, you look at me and you can tell you can probably tell, oh, he's overweight. But you would not believe how much better clothes make you look physically if you're not in good shape. Um, so honestly, I think the only reason I haven't turned into a complete blob is that I walk a lot. I walk up to Hagen, I walk up to Chase. I'm carrying heavy coins half the time. I think that's the only reason why I I haven't, and also the depression. Anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs because I'm yapping. That's probably what every single chat message has been. Oh, he's yapping. So, all right, I'm gonna go downstairs. 'Cause I think my dad just went up too because I think he was down there for a second. I assume no one's out there. Hold on, I'm gonna be quiet for a second. actually. You know, usually when I have days where I know I'm gonna do a hunt, I don't care nearly as much about my hair, but because I actually am not doing a hunt, I will. Uh, I will try to straighten my hair out a little bit. See, days where I'm too lazy to like style my hair, I just brush it back like this. Like imagine my hair is being more damp, and I'm just brushing it back. But days where I actually want to like try to do something, I that's all about. Well, there you go. It's funny, my dandruff is basically gone, yet I'm still instinctually doing this. Oh, 4 legs. Oh man, I'm so happy that I can do live streams. I'm seriously so happy that I can do live streams on here now. Because not only do I get more viewers, but, or, well, not only does it bring back basically all the conveniences I had on Instagram. I mean, the only inconvenience is that they're not on Instagram. Because, as I said, the main issue is that my personal Instagram is not going to be having as much content now that I'm not doing Instagram videos there. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this on. I'm gonna keep this on just a little bit longer. I'm gonna keep this on just a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn it off in a couple minutes, but yeah, you know, I think I'm realizing that even if I tried to make friends, like, I think I'm realizing that even if I was trying to actively do that, I don't know. I feel like, I feel like I'd have like a better chance. Cause the thing is, there's a part of me that's like desperate to make friends so much that I'm willing to put aside political differences and religious differences and stuff. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not going to be friends with someone who's like, a flat out open Zionist. But it's like, it's like the part of me that wrestles with myself where it's like, well, like the part of me that says I'm willing to set aside most of my beliefs just to have a friend. Um, and then the side of me that's like, no. Like the side of me that's like, you know, you know, if not being your friend means if not being your friend means that you disagree, you disagree on a freaking genocide, then no, you don't deserve to be my friend. Like that's the other side of me that's that's talking. Well, and just flicked off for a second there. What the hell is that? Wait, did the power just go out? Holy crap. Grandma? 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 Oh my god, everyone in this house is deaf. I've been screaming at you forever. No, I don't know what happened. Literally everything is off. It's not just, yeah, literally every appliance. I don't know, does that mean the fridge is not working? Yep, the fridge light is off. I don't know how, I mean, it's a clear sunny day. I know. It's a clear. I'm blowing a fuse at this. Well, maybe Dad knows. Holy crap! The power just went out. Hold on. I'm gonna end this because if the power is out, then I'm gonna need to conserve all the phone battery I can. So. What is that? Hold on, Dad's coming down. Hold on. I have no idea what happened, but everything's out. And it's not even just like it's flashing. Everything is out.
I guess.
Like it's an actual outage.
Well, that's the thing I'm trying to determine. Is it an outage around the whole neighborhood, or?
I would assume so. I mean, I heard like a beeping outside for a second.
It's still going if you listen.
I don't know. I assumed that was like the power dish. Because I'd assume
Well, I'm
that.
kind of wondering, is it possible we might have blown a fuse of some kind?
That's what Grandma was saying. But the thing is, though, the fridge and freezer, that means the fridge and freezer are off, too.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is it possible we could have blown a fuse that was,
I don't know how to check for that. That's the joy of having independent. That's the joy of having independent power sources. Alright, I'm gonna end this. to start uploading some other footage from my phone. And I also want to, tomorrow, maybe also get the rest of the footage off the camera. Anyway, I'm gonna end it. Oh, shout out to the person who stayed watching this video the whole time.